Saturday Showdown, Gen G Esports versus D+ Kia.
Have to remember that Keen can also play Akali and has been playing a lot of Akali, so it is technically a flex as well.
This is so risky.
Oh, King, and okay.
It's super risky, but it is going to be able to get through the CC. So I like this.
Oh, it's a nightmare. Let's jump into game one. The classic top lane summoner spells have ensued. Ignite and the teleporters. Now Chovy having to ghost. Oh, narrowly avoids being abducted there or absconded. Yeah, he is a long way from home at this point in time, as they know that this could potentially happen. So Showmaker coming down towards the bottom side, gives him the good old thumbs up and says, thank you very much.
He'll take the first blood. That's 400 gold to the Silas. And because he has the ability to just rotate back to lane here, he'll lose very little for it into a level 1 Cassante. This is super smart here for D+. They know the game plan for Varus Ashe is to, at level 1, just walk up and start firing arrows as the bottom lane here of Aiming and Kellen. Still have to play respectfully. One missed engage. You play too close to the sun. Hold that thought.
Yeah, speaking of missed engages and too close to the sun and stuff like that, that's a permafrost, that's a backflip, and that is Keen getting second blood.
And this is exactly what I mentioned earlier when I was like, yeah, it's a rare matchup. You know, it starts off a little rough for Keen, but he's able to survive through. Don't have any way of getting out of this as Showmaker's first-person view. Let's go for it.
안녕하세요.
Hello.
Hello.
안녕하세요.
And he secures the kill there with the E.
As the first plate does go down very close to the second, and the Sejuani remains in the brush. Goes home now. That's as if he was never there. As Keen, he's really dead. That's Kingen getting his revenge here towards the top side of the map. Both of them, 1-1 and 0. Spectre's Cowl, so much value as well.
Bottom side, and I gotta say, this is a lot of gold stacked up for Isaiah early on. That's gonna go wide.
Yep, the arrow gonna pick the middle there as the Magnet Storm comes out. Pays cleanse, flashes, tries to get himself out of this, but it's just not going to work. It is not gonna be enough. And Lucid was tanking the turret for as long as possible, and Chovy, he's teleported in. Now he's ghosted, he's so incredibly fast. I think Lucid might be falling down here. Can the rest of D+ make it out? Because Canyon's moving over and aiming. Yeah, there's a fadeaway jump shot if ever I've seen one, and he's clapped by Chovy here.
Aiming has picked up a ton of money that you shouldn't really be able to get at this stage in the game.
There's a flash chains of corruption. Pays,
bye-bye.
Yeah, he's really dead. Okay, Showmaker. That is such commitment. He was flashing as the ulti was in the air, and he could have just gone for the ult. Kellen, pretty happy with how his mid laner is playing. This is 3 games in a row that we're seeing some peak Showmaker, as Drake is going to be secured by Ashe somehow. That's going to be an all-out here by Chovy as he dives into the backline. Keen, also massive at aiming. He's flashed the wall. Keen is in trouble, and the Xayah is picking up a kill. And now Chovy has 4 people to deal with, and that is just a few too many. D+.
It feels like in a lot of ways a 5v4 game if we can't see Pays get some sort of value here. We'll be able to get this turret.
Yep, that's a fair bit of value. Good driving from Canyon, although not going to be able to get a second charge or anything like that.
Kingen on this side.
Yeah, Keen going to get dove on. He got away the first time. He may not be able to this time, as the backflip does get him out of there. But now the flash on forward. It is going to be the return kill, but they'll take the kill on the Akali any day of the week. And Kingen is not done. Lahen's nowhere to go. Olaf, of course, just does not care about Ashe in any way. And he will continue chasing. Now Chovy having to run away from this Olaf. Avoiding the undertows is important, but look at this. Pays, what's he going to be able to do here as Canyon's trying to stand in his way, trying to be that front line. As I think if you're by yourself, Kingen, you may not necessarily win this fight, but Showmaker's going to turn up. Lucid's going to be there. All Out does come in, and Aiming's going to help out as well. So Chovy, once again, going to be taken down.
Yeah, this might be the backbreaker here for Gen G.
It's amazing, and like you were talking about, you know, he wasn't in the conversation prior. Now, though, I may have cursed him because his top laner has just been taken down. Teleport from Keen as well. They don't have many places to go. Let's see whether Showmaker can do anything to help out here. 4 versus 5. They have softened them up a little bit, but Gen G, they are on the prowl. D Plus just looking for a way out of this one. Look at this. They're hurting them. They're corralling them.
It's going to have to be an incredible play here from Lucid to try to trade a pick back. It's going to be so rough.
There is still a fair bit of CC here. Aiming doesn't have Featherstorm, though. There's the Magnustorm. They get on top of Pace. He takes so much damage, and Showmaker locks him down. Now Kellen's trying to keep them in position, but it's Keen with the perfect execution, and Showmaker, he has his. That's going to take down Chovy. And now, Showmaker and Lucid, they are dangerous. So 2 versus 3, but their health bars are so large.
You know, finally we're getting closer. Uh-oh.
Okay, well, Aiming is going to have Chovy delivered to him. There's the all-out. Does manage to pick the right target as Lucid crashing down. Lahen's taking a lot of damage as well as Kingan's trying to return the favor. Let's check out what Chovy's doing as we jump back to that part of this particular play. And now Kingan, he's continuing to run. Look at these ghosty boys pressing their summoner spells and trying to run as quickly as possible. Oh no, it's a wall. It's Olaf's worst enemy, but now there's a hole in it. He's able to get on over as Chovy's trying to mitigate this, and he does so beautifully. There's the chain CC, and Genji are looking to turn it. Showmaker, though, he is still massive. Chains of Corruption land, and more chains come down as well. Aiming locks down that kill in the end as the arrow connects onto Showmaker. There's a McHale's for that, and D Plus have lost no one. The flash forward from Showmaker, the backflip is there, and he sees blood in the water now. D Plus are going to chase them down, but Genji will get away, but not Chovy.
D Plus not going to take the bait. We'll have to eventually get some vision in there as you see Kingan rotating over.
All right, Kellen looking for Lahen's, does find him here with the grand entrance. Over goes Canyon, though. And the Ragnarok has to be used defensively. Chovy has found Aiming, or has the entirety of D Plus found Chovy. He goes all out, but he needs to just get out. And he's not going to be able to. Once again, Chovy with a little bit of an overextend here into D Plus, and this could be Baron territory.
Yeah, this is really rough. No front line here in this Cassante anymore.
Good times. Ah, Shen.
Kellen?
Remember when he was a champion?
Kellen on a bit of a deep flank here.
There is vision, though, for Genji. They will know pretty soon what's going to be happening here as the control ward does come in. So Kellen understands now. He knows that they know that he knows that they're there.
Indeed.
Or something.
Chovy trying to chase him down. He gets away, and now Chovy's not in position to actually frontline here as the Baron is what D Plus have their eyes on here. Kellen's just going to rejoin the squad. They have choke points controlled.
Yep, and Genji understands that they can't let this Baron go over. They are sacrificing their base for this one, as Showmaker's looking to that backline. Pays! Oh my goodness, he stays alive! Showmaker has to go over the wall as now Keen is looking for it, and now Chovy's in that front. Oh my goodness, he's melting. He's evaporating, and Keen is gonna follow suit. It's Aiming now, as they were so focused on Showmaker that this Xayah really has become a problem, and I think this is just game over. The Ragnarok coming on through, and the Undertows coming down. I think that Kingan will let them live, but Showmaker may not, and Aiming definitely will not. That's an unofficial Quadra as he gets the double kill in the enemy base, and D+. I don't think many of us were expecting them to win, but I was definitely not expecting them to win like this.
Great game from D+. Honestly, I'd say arguably their best of the season.
Oh, 100%.
And, I mean, this is a team that is showcasing they're super relevant still. And the Syndra, I don't know if this is really a hit for me. It is Showmaker, and he is, one of our best Syndras, if not our best, historically speaking, here in the LCK, but
a little bit long-winded, but I think we get the point across. It is time to jump onto the Rift here for game number 2 for our Saturday Showdown. Yeah. We're just going to forget that Worlds ever happened because
that part
just refused that one exists.
Yeah, that part we'll just pretend it's not.
Yeah. But we're talking about the LCK here.
Yeah, LCK focus. That's right.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Not going to fish for a bubble, but this is what you need to be doing, and he is absolutely doing it.
Yeah, this is, we explained this last time he played it, and actually had a great game on the Syndra as well the last time. I remember that Scout of the Week around the Dragon Pit was very, very nice. You don't have the kind of dashes that he had in the last game, as now Lucid's coming on in. There's the flash, and it's just that simple.
Great tempo play here from Showmaker and Lucid. Sure, no doubt.
In their champion pools. Their champion pools are just really large.
Well, this is one way to force gold into the hands of the Lucian, is just completely 4-man dive this. Syndra coming down too.
Yeah, Tidal Wave is going to connect onto Pace. Great crash down, gets both of them, and first blood goes to Lucid. There's another one as somehow Syndra
of D+. Showmaker gonna get one more plate.
Yeah.
That's it.
Ooh, Ooh, Shock Blast going to be blocked there as now Lucid, he flashes. Not a moment's hesitation, but Chovy will be able to soak the Unleashed power, and now it's Lucid that has to deal with Canyon. That will spike a little bit later on with this Aphelios and the Maokai.
If this is Mountain Soul or Infernal Soul, you are feeling really good about it.
Oh, it's actually another Chemtech.
Rip. Never mind.
And all of those abilities went wide as well. That was because Kellen got distracted. He's like, oh man, that dragon is not what we wanted to see.
I mean, they are just getting every single objective. We'll take a dragon, we'll take another herald, we've got 6 voids.
And we're not entirely sure what happened, but whatever it was fixed, as that scout of the week was really well split. It's not really going to be that meaningful, as there's a Magnus Storm, but not a lot of follow-up here as Lucid a little bit disconnected. Not a lot of buttons available. He does manage to flash his way out, and now Kingen is making his way in. That's the flash forward. Canyon going to be the first one to go down. I have no idea how it worked, Lucid, but it did in the end, and he survived.
And then it's a 5v4 fight, so the timing of Kingen's entry is so critical.
Well,
there's a scatter.
Yeah, it's going to connect onto Pays. Dark Sphere coming down there as well as Kane is moving forward. The Nature's Grasp did connect there onto Lucid, and they take him down. Oftentimes engaging onto the tank doesn't work. This time, though, to really mitigate any sort of ability to get that dive to work. And there's a culling. Pays actually taking a lot of damage here. I guess ask and you shall receive is how that one works. Great scatter is going to come down here as Lahens just pops like a balloon. The power is unleashed, and this time Showmaker finds his mark. Nicely done, and D+ moved back into control. It's just starting to get to be too much. Has the window closed is the question. Let's see whether Lucid can let us know one way or the other. Can you find the Magnet Storm as Keen taking a fair bit of damage, but there's the Moonlight Vigil. Nature's Grasp comes through as well. Kingen back at full health, and that is going to be the first kill of the fight, and D+ have found it. The Drake goes over, but Gen.G are lying on the floor. It's Pays and Lahens against the world now.
That was so close, that fight. It was on a knife's edge, but D+ are able to do it. Showmaker teleports back in. Good scatter.
Another one, but the cleanse is going to be there. Showmaker, we'll see whether he has another one of those. You let me know that he might have another one of those.
Yeah, I mean, look, the thing is, the window was closing, and Showmaker just grabbed the bottom of it and pulled it up to the top, because now D+.
I think I saw him like reach back for his hat and grab that and whip it through. I believe I saw that one, Wolf. I think you're right.
And now they got Baron. That's a ton of money.
Then things can get difficult for D+, whose range isn't quite that high.
The second hide behind these Baron minions for now as Lucid's looking for an angle.
Yeah, that's a great bubble to come through there. A few extra knockups as well as Canyon with the Nature's Grasp. They're looking for a target, but Scat of the Week onto Pays. He does have the Mikhails from Lahens to keep him alive.
And Lucid whiffs the follow-up engage as well. He just kind of gets Mikhails and walks back, and
stealing away these buffs, denying that from Gen.G is Keen moving towards his bottom side. That is dangerous, though. He's ganked by aiming. Down to 50%. He's very tanky, but I don't think he's tanky enough. And there's, oh, the Moonlight Vigil will connect, but the Udyr is still dead. And that means the D+ can continue this onslaught. Another 35 seconds on this Baron. Oh, Kingen and Lucid kind of separated from the rest of their team. You can see Kellen and aiming. They're the ones on a flank angle, which is an odd maneuver. We'll see whether it is actually going to work out here as Lucid. He's just playing catcher, and D+ have pushed them away from the pit. Gen.G just wanting to find that opportune angle as aiming. He thinks that he's found one, but the Moonlight Vigil, oh, it's going to be avoided. Pays in trouble, but he is still kept alive, at least for the moment, as Keen is launched into the backline. Showmaker goes golden, but can he survive is the question. Gen.G, they're so low. D+, they also don't have the biggest of health bars. I mean, but no one's dead.
All ults down here. It's really hard to chase down these Gen.G members. D+ have the health advantage here, but in the longer exchange here, Gen.G will get advantage. Chovy has teleport. He can come back to this fight.
Same thing for Showmaker. He's also immediately teleporting back in as Lucid aggressive onto Chovy here. The rest of the team, though, coming on in. You can see Keen. He has replenished that health bar, and now he's looking for Showmaker. Showmaker in a little bit of trouble here, and yeah, Kingen, oh dear, he just pops. The first one caught out of position, and Gen.G have been hunting this entire time for someone to put their foot out. It's Kingen that does so.
Aiming just can't hit people, but Chovy, he can hit people for days. He's got Shock Blast on such a low cooldown, he's going to constantly Q until D+ get pushed away. They need a decisive engage. They need Lucid's ultimate. They need Showmaker to hit a big scatter, or this is just going to be Gen.G's game.
Or they can just kill the Nexus.
Ooh, tricky play here.
That's a move, as Lucid is going to be spotted by the sapling. Remember, he is Rel. He has Hex Flash. He can try and get over a Showmaker. Unleash power onto Keen. Good scatter onto Lahens as Lucid's got in there. But immediately he goes down. Aiming though, he's in the base. And they know that there is no one on that fountain. Pays is going to go back. It is an exposed Nexus, but Pays is going to be enough to stop D+ from ending the game.
Yeah, with Elder, aiming is not long for this world. If he gets caught here, he actually avoids.
That was cute.
Yeah, he avoids Keen here. Now he's going to just have to hope for a back. See
oh my God.
He gets away with it.
Is he going to... Okay, he's looking for the kill onto Lahens. Pays. Moonlight Vigil does connect. And Lahens stays alive.
I mean, you could just see the moment.
As Keen will find him. And so now the thumbs up does come through. Oh no, it's a wall. It's a small wall. That is Udyr's worst enemy, as Kingen is just going to keep walking. You need to use that to go over walls, Kingen.
They are running out of time.
Another one of them back available as he gets over another small wall.
They got to push on somebody. If Kingen just dies, that's the end. They're trying to push mid. Maybe they can rush this down.
GA. It might take a fair bit of time. As you can see, Pays, he's elected to try and go back because D+, they are now trying to move in and just win the game. Let's see whether they can do so here as Lucid does have that Magnet Storm running. Showmaker finds himself the ultimate, but the turret is doing so much damage here. Yeah, I don't know about this one, D+. It's not going to work out. It was a cute little plan, but Gen G, they just collapsed too quickly. Oh, Kingen. Okay. Oh, is this it? Is this the plan? Maybe they've forgotten about little old Aatrox?
I don't think that. I don't think he's getting in on it. No way.
Oh, he was spotted. He was spotted.
Canyon says no. Speeds
up.
up.
He walks relatively quickly, but there is a smite there. Let's see how far through this Nexus he can get. As he does get a knock-up, but Pays, he comes back and puts a chakram in the back of his head. And the rest of Gen G are getting the work done. Chovy's not going to waste too much time. And do you know what this means? This is the beautiful thing. It means we get game 3, baby! Heck
right.
Yeah, Gen G, even it out, 1-1.
Eventually that Chovy damage is going to come online. Eventually D+ was going to have a huge range problem, a huge damage problem. Kingen Aatrox, though, is going to be the option. We weren't too pleased with it in Game 2.
He flanked all the way into Game 3, Wolf.
I think this is a much better setup for him, obviously, though, and he's going to have a lot less weight on him. And it will just be the Rumble to come through.
But Gen G, they opted in for an early Tristana. They let things go that could have been good. See what they were thinking as we jump into Game 3. Yes, as we can see. This also struggling a little bit in the Azir. We did mention this already. And 6 of those victories out of the 7 were last week.
He's on a ward.
He is.
I don't know if he cares, as this pressure is still very real.
I think perhaps Kingen cares because Keen has killed him. That's a solo kill once again. Oh, Kingen really not having a great week this week.
He's certainly not. And you know what? I mean, when that vision allows Keen to know, hey, I just pushed for the kill. I have Flash, I have Ignite, and I've worn him down. As Chovy, does he get out?
He does have Rocket Jump. Canyon going to make his way in here as aiming completely out of mana. As Pays, he's got a barrier, and now he's got a kill. Aiming might be able to survive this, as he does get back to the proximity of his turret. And Lucid has pushed Chovy away, but that is all they've really been able to respond with. And for the first time, a lot of damage going down. There's the piercing arrow as well as Lucid moves over. That's why Gen G can't go for any sort of re-engage.
It's insane how oppressive Ashe is. If you don't have kill pressure on her very quickly, if those slows come through, you're burning a summoner. Just every time. It's just the rules of Ashe. Like, you have to leave or you will die. Lucid has 6 now, by the way, and that health bar is low. Oh, yeah. No!
Flash Twisted Advance comes in, Pays. Oh, he's just taken out. And Lucid, he hit level 6 and immediately puts that thing on cooldown. Exactly what this Sejuani is up to as Showmaker looks for an Emperor's Divide. He does find it. Good buffer there from Chovy to avoid the displacement. But now Kellen's here. He finds the Frost Shot with the volley. And now aiming is going to be in a little bit of trouble. Immediate dash forward as soon as he's seen as Chovy. Showmaker's moving in, but Canyon, he's welcoming him with a prison of his own, and Chovy's going to pick it up with a Buster Shot now. The Nature's Grasp in this bottom side. Aiming, taking a fair bit of culling damage, and Lahens is able to keep Lucid at bay. That fire kick working so nicely, and they do manage to stave them off. Gen G, the defensive play on the bottom side, and the aggression in mid.
That was so fantastically played by Gen G. Game secure there. It's really easy.
Okay.
Canyon calls out to play for the mid, and look at how fast he just flash ults there, and just calling out sums.
와.
And even Showmaker just has to respect. Like,
세주 투타도.
Sedge doesn't have ult.
test, but he's just so split, and Chovy is so...
Whoa, that's an equalizer, and they're going to get a flash from Lucid, and immediately Keen's flashing after him. Is that the Huni request amount of aggression there? Is all right, there's a fade away from Canyon. Kellen is just going to get culled. That will be the Cloud Soul announcement, and Gen G erupting onto the Rift alongside it. 4-1. The kill score now approaching a 3,000 gold lead. Earth, Wind, and Fire is aiming. Does have to flash.
Well timed on the flash to get out, but I mean, this is everything on lock again for Gen G. Is Keen?
Yeah, he doesn't have equalizer, so I guess there's that. Teleport's coming down from everyone as Lucid will run the Nature's Grasp forward. They're looking for the Rumble. They'll get that kill first. Chovy not able to answer back. 3 versus 2, and D+ on the board here.
Yeah, no teleport for Chovy now either, so they get that out of him and relieve some of that pressure, but it doesn't stop anything from going down bottom side, you know, and see if they can kill Chovy.
Yeah, Twisted Advance does come forward. Emperor's Divide is going to be used, and then immediately follows up as well. Chovy, though, able to get the reset, jumps away.
But it's at a heavy cost, and the bottom lane is just wide open.
Oh, and he
This
just
is
throws it blind. Okay, fair enough.
He just knew that he saw the arrow over the wall, and he's like, okay, they were hoping for a
이건
contest,
Yeah, I think we're going to do the skip it thing because there could be a Herald fight as Lucid can move on over. Arrow will connect onto the Melio. Glacial Prison down as well, but immediately Canyon is pushed back by that Bramble Smash. The Herald lost interest in this fight completely, and now Kingen, he flashes on top of an equalizer. The culling coming through as well, and he knows that he's going to be taken down, although did make use of that Lance pretty effectively. Showmaker will have a lot of consistent damage that makes up for the lethality Varus. We understand how that one is supposed to work. But can Lucid and Showmaker survive this? As the Rift Herald will come up, and Canyon is going to crash it into the turret. Chovy just getting to work, making sure that he removes that structure. As Lucid will try to follow his Nature's Grasp out, and instead is just going to die.
And this is a moment where you got to know that turret is dead. So,
yeah.
now it does half the turret's damage as it's supposed to, not 2 charges worth, and instantly deleting the inner. That's not normal.
Yeah, it's nice that it's just Canyon. He's riding solo this time around. They don't cram an extra one in there. Probably another full item, probably wants opportunity, and maybe even a Last Whisper item of some kind to get that armor pen working out. As okay, here we go. Arrow is going to connect onto Lehens, and Lehens is going to stop for a bit and then walk away.
Yeah, I mean, if Showmaker is a little bit closer and Chovy is a little bit further away, you know, maybe you go in on that.
That's an equalizer. Kingen takes a walk down the red carpet as Canyon walks over a ward, but I think Kingen kind of knows what his fate is here. Infernal Chains will connect. As he goes into the sky, the Glacial Prison does come down, and he's still alive. And now Kingen, with some Alcove Gaming, it's not going to work out for him, and Showmaker collects that kill, his first of the game. Correct move forward, and if they are able to just explode Chovy, then there are some options here. But Pays is still another threat, as we can see right here. Lucid has to flash, but the Flame Spitter is still coming out, the culling there as well, and Pays, he does not miss. Thankfully, you can see Showmaker able to get out there with the Shifting Sands. Oh, they are now in their jungle as Showmaker turns up. Glacial Prison to stop Kingen from coming on forward. And Showmaker doesn't have Emperor's Divide. That's why you didn't see that one coming on through there. As now Pays, oh dear, this is potentially a Lucian out of position. He has improved recall, but that is not really going to help him. The rest of his team does show up first as Showmaker comes on in. Pays standing his ground though. Sundisk coming on through. Good knock up there onto Keen, but he breaks the chains. Lucid has turned up once again. Lehen's burning, but he will survive for now. And Chovy, he's found another spare lane for the tanks. As Lucid once again, oh no, having to walk over this equalizer. The culling comes through. Keen's the one that locks down that kill in the end. Kellen's burning as well. And oh my goodness, the amount of damage that Gen G are putting down. And they are not stopping. They turn this into a siege on this inner turret. And man, it feels like game number 1 from D+ is so far in the past now.
Listen, you're actually saying out loud everything Lehen's just said to him right now.
And that's almost a guarantee as well. Like, Lehen's would not hold back. He would definitely not hold back.
We've had some good comms with Lehen's talking to Pays.
Oh, yeah. As, all right, Kingen does knock him up. finds an Infernal Chains. In comes Canyon once again, but there's the Flash Twisted Event.
Lucid?
Have they found him? As Pays, he just gets all of the buttons. Lucid went forward, but immediately he is dead, and now Chovy is the one playing Mario, and he's dodging all of them. The Goombas could not find him, and he's able to now take down a Sundisk. He's back to doing what he really wants to do. Showmaker a fair bit of auto attack damage, but it's not going to quite be enough. Him and aiming do get through Keen, but that is the only reward that they will find.
Yeah, Showmaker hands off the keyboard, having a bit of a giggle. I think they know this is the beginning of the end of this game, the push to kill the Nexus.
I do like the thumbs up from aiming, saying, Lehens, don't you miss me? And he doesn't even hit him with the piercing arrow. That is very kind to his ex-teammate. And Pays and Chovy will now finish off this game as the arrow sails by gloriously into the distance. And Chovy is going to melt Kellen. He's almost distracted enough by getting the kill onto Lucid here to not kill the Nexus, but he's back to doing what he needs to do, and there it is. Gen G will take the series against D+, but it was a banger.
That was. It really was. Lucid showing multiple times gave so much agency to Keen in the top lane. Chovy had power there when Chovy was under assault.
There it is.
There it is. He said he was going to do it. And Canyon, he follows through.